Hey everybody, Adam from Atlas Gunworks. Doing a fun video today in our history series. This is effectively the first Titan. So we knew that in 2016 we needed to do set models, right? And the original plan was to have some set models and still do custom plans. So we kind of were doing a hybrid thing, but nobody knew what the first set model was going to be. So it didn't have a name and it didn't have a look. So our design guy, still to this day, James does all our design. James is a Grandmaster USPSA guy and good friend. And so this was another club shooter, a good friend of mine, Morgan. And so James and Morgan went back and forth with pictures until they designed this gun. So this is a custom gun. It's built on, and we'll jump over here to this camera. It's built on a 2011 frame. So it's an STI frame, STI International, Georgetown, Texas. It's a TG frame. So this is, I think we did this one in 2016. I'm pretty sure, and don't hold me to that, but this is a Phoenix Trinity grip. So the story is Phoenix Trinity was making us frames and grips, and then all of a sudden there was a problem and they weren't making us frames. They couldn't get us frames. So we had to scramble and buy other people's frames for about a year. And then at some point they started making slides too. And then they stopped doing that and only doing frame and slides. So they were very inconsistent about what they wanted to do or could do. It's hard to figure out, but, James and Morgan go back and forth. I wasn't involved at all, and they designed this gun. And it's not exactly a Titan, right? We've got a panel cut here that's different. I think there's a whole extra window here. There's some serrations on top that are unusual. It does have our U-notch, which is customary in its Butler cut. So this gun got so much attention on the range that then we decided to make it, to get it a little less wild and a little more mainstream. And so we got, this wasn't there. We went back to a full dust cover. That's just an easier gun to build. Dropped one window here and had a normal flat top. And that became a Titan. I think we changed the back just a little bit too. But this was the beginning of the Titan, and this is how we got the Titan design. So, and Atlas is a company that started with just us, a couple of guys working super hard, trying not to run out of money, and it's turned into a much bigger, we're a real company today. But we were just two guys trying to figure out how to make guns and make a living. And so a lot of things happened by accident, and the Titan effectively was one. But what happened is so we changed, with the Titan got stole from this design. So this is a 40 cal gun. Morgan's not shooting as much as he used to, and everybody's switching to 9mm. So that gave us an opportunity to get this gun back in the building. So I'm excited to have this in the museum. Big piece of Atlas history here with this gun. And this is also a gun where none of these parts at this point, Atlas wasn't making any parts in-house. So we bought a bunch of parts and we built a gun. This gun's still super tight, very accurate. This has a DLC finish on it, but it's a culmination of other people's parts, so you can't control the process nearly as much. So the rule here at Atlas Gunworks is the guns have to get 1% better every single year. They're probably getting 5% better every year right now, but at some point that'll get more difficult as time goes on. So we're always trying to make the process, the innovation, the geometry in the guns better. The team here does a really good job of that. We've got a lot of cool stuff on the drawing board here in 2024. So the thought is if you bought a gun 10 years later, it's 10% better. The current guns are probably 30 or 40% better than this gun. And this gun's still a $4,000 or $5,000 gun. This is an awesome gun. It's just, we're pushing the ball that far forward. We are always working to advance. What we did yesterday is not good enough. Tomorrow needs to be better. And this is the gun that really started it all. So what happens is the Titan is born from here, and then that's a design style that is very popular with the consumers, and we liked it too. And so James then effectively, designed the entire series very, very much from this. So your Nemesis looks a lot like this gun. That was the next gun in the series. The Chaos has had kind of their own look, but very much stolen from that. And somebody maybe we'll do a video on how we got on the Greek name and the Titan thing, but I don't remember, is the honest truth. So I'm sure there were some conversations and there was a theory behind it in the moment, but it wasn't, again, such a grand scheme. But when we named something a Titan, it made a lot of sense. I think the Titan did, the definition of a Titan very much fit the gun that we did and what that did to double stack 1911 industry. And then the chaos made a lot of sense. Those open guns are wild, right? Insane pressures. It is chaos what's happening inside of those things, and that fit well. And then we were off to the races, and we were following that track. So we continued down that Greek mythology naming scheme. But I don't think that was a master plan. And maybe somebody in the staff will see this video and yell at me and to remind me what the master plan was. But it wasn't something that when we founded Atlas Gunworks. And then a little bit of Atlas Gunworks is named after the book Atlas Shrugged. A lot of people probably assume that. I personally do not like to put my name on companies. I've owned a handful of companies over the years, and I'll make up a thing, but you show up to Jim's garage, and Jim's been dead for 10 years, and you got to talk to Ed. Nobody wants that. We did want to build a company and a brand that was stronger than individual players. And the goal here at Atlas Gunworks is that, my personal goal is that Atlas will be the industry leader and the top performer for these pistols well past any tenure I have here at the company. So we're working hard to build a culture so that this company exists and continues to be at the very top of the high-end handgun game forever. And whether forever lasts or not, it's hard to predict, but we're doing everything we can to ensure that company values are instilled in the staff and that they know how to hand that value set off to the next group, because honestly, these guns are going to outlast us. These are so well built. These are forever pieces, short of putting 500,000 rounds through them. Hope to see you guys on the range soon.